During that movie, I didn't finish watching it.
Are we
We're
live?
We're live.
Hey. I wonder if they caught that.
It's
Probably.
unclear. Welcome to Blackwater D&D, where where we refuse to throw our friends under the bus, even when they tee us up for saying that they slept through a movie. We won't say which movie. We don't do that. That's our secret.
Welcome to Blackwater D&D, where I won't sleep through this.
It rhymes with Mindler's Mist, but we won't say it.
Absolutely not.
You know what? You're right. I found Schindler's Fist, the
it was in very poor taste.
No.
Very poor taste.
So in the new season of Euphoria, they cast an actual porn actress in one of the roles, and the ironic thing is that she is also in a porn parody of Euphoria.
Oh wow!
And it recently came out. It recently came out. She decided to make the porn parody of Euphoria after she was cast before they started filming.
Oh my god!
No, that's a strong choice, and
that's
I
a power move.
It's a tight production schedule, you know.
Anyway, I am Drew. Hard shifting into announcements here.
So
First off, I
got that
would
look.
like to.
Had she seen the script? Because if there was any parallels between, you could get in a lot of trouble.
Speaking of Mr.
if
Deppner,
it's like spoilers
it is
shit?
his birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Sean.
birthday,
NDPA.
Yeah.
You said an NDPA.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Please, everyone, wish Mr. Deppner a very happy birthday. Thank you for playing D&D with us on your birthday, Sean.
Where else would I be? Where else?
Contractually, he is obliged to be here.
I signed my white life away a long time ago. I can only get my soul back once I play a certain amount of D&D. I am way away. When we joke about making deals with devils, it's not a joke. Don't do that. Kids.
Sean keeps remortgaging his soul. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's got 300 games left, and then he's like, you know what? I'll go to 600 if you can just help me out a little bit.
That's one thing. You will notice that we are down one tonight. Adam,
how did raccoons get to Germany? That's all I'm going to say.
We are, oh my God, please let me do announcements. We are off sick. Adam is off sick tonight. So we wish him well and wish him speedy recovery and hope he will be back with us again soon. And of course, we are joined once more by the delightfully talented and awesomely wonderful Jeremy Cobb. Jeremy, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm also completely with Sean. Wake up, sheeple. How did the raccoons get to Germany? We got to get to the bottom of this. Look it up, folks. There are over 1 million raccoons in Germany, and they're not endemic to that. They're not endemic to that region.
They're not just alien; they're invasive. They're taking over.
Are deep diving into why there are raccoons in Germany and how many D&D sessions Sean will have to play to pay off his soul debt. I'm going to go into announcements.
The secret is it's proportional to the amount of raccoons in Germany. I didn't read that part in the fine print. I just wanted a couple.
Gosh,
but they have flourished.
Please let me do announcements. As the world,
be careful what you wish for. If I could give one message to the youth of today, it's be careful what you wish for. You get more than what you bargained for.
As the world moves steadily forward and we are constantly barraged with an onslaught of news from all corners of the planet, please consider donating to reputable organizations to help the refugees fleeing Ukraine and to fight anti-trans legislation in Texas, as well as the obscenely homophobic legislation that is attempting to pass through and likely will pass through in Florida. Please type !action to find links. As well, I just want to take a second to plug that there is a TTRPG bundle that is for sale. You can find out about it on Twitter. It is all of the proceeds go to benefiting the fighting the anti-trans legislation in Texas. There are 500 games for $5. They have raised I think close to almost $300,000. Please go support. I donated, and I have now 500 games that I am going to peruse through. They range anything from addendums for 5e to also one pagers to like full games created by some amazingly talented GMs and TTRPG creators out there. Please go support it and do your part to put your money where your allyship goes. Big thank you to our sponsors, Legend Crafting, nerdy woodworking company from Calgary. You can check them out, and if anything tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. We are also proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound. We have two amazing partners. The first up is Legend Keeper. This ultimate world building tool is created by DMs for DMs. You can use it to create comprehensive wikis and atlases, share specific pieces with your players with its private by default nature, and allow real-time collaboration. There are no limits on storage and creation with a beautiful and easy to use interface. They're a group of small creators based in both Canada and the US that are constantly upgrading and rolling out new features. We are going to start using Legend Keeper as an ongoing tool for Blackwater planning. And when my computer decides to get itself together and figure out how to run OBS properly, we are going to start streaming that, which is really exciting. Tim and I spent Friday morning doing some like an hour and a half of like Pantheon planning and just riffing about all of the gods in this wonderful universe. And it was very, very fun. And I can't wait to sit down in front of you and allow you to watch that process because it's a glorious time. So yeah, please type !Legend Keeper to find out all the details. Our next partnership is indeed Kobold Press. We are excited to partner with them as part of an ongoing partnership to bring you a brand new campaign, which started last Sunday and will be continuing tomorrow over at twitch.tv/Kobold Press. It is a Margrave campaign. So it is in a twisted forest filled with dark and fey magic as part of their Midgard setting. It's called The Rotting Heart, and it features Tim in the DM seat with myself and Cody and Adam as players, as well as our dear friends Brianna DeCoster and Gordy Lucius. We are all in cosplay. I think our character art is unveiling. Is it this week?
Next week or maybe the week after? I'm not sure.
Maybe next week. I'm very excited. I am playing a piney warlock, so I am a tree person.
Cool.
I am not a humanoid. I am a plant, which is great.
So that with the same energy that Doug says that in
I love that. So please come hang out with us. It is a delightfully fun time. In the if you missed the first episode, never fear. It is up on Kobold Press's Twitch as a video on demand, as well as uploaded to their YouTube. So please come hang out with us. It is an 8-week campaign, and it has the potential to get extended to 12 if people like it. So come hang out with us. Love as always to our dice goddess Keisha and our artist, the amazing Tiana Kovacevic. You can find them at fairydragon_dice and miss._martian on Instagram. Both of their commissions are closed. I'm sorry. So maybe next time. If you would like to get some of our art on your person and your things, we have a Redbubble store. You can find a bunch of designs on products like shirts and hoodies, as well as shower curtains, aprons, journals, dad hats, and more. If there is something that you would like to see in our store, please let me know. I will put in our store as much of the things that I can, and if I can't get them in there, boy howdy, I will try and figure out how to get those things to you. As well, our Discord is a wonderful, amazing place. Type !Discord in the chat to find a link and come hang out with us. But while we're streaming here in Twitch chat, because that's where all the cool kids are. A big thank you to those of you who subscribe to us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions as they don't roll over every month. You also get one free subscription from Amazon Prime for Twitch. So if you decide to give that to us, thank you so much. That is very kind of you. And if you decide to give that to someone else, that's also great too. You can sub to us. And if you would like to donate above and beyond, you can type !donate in the chat. And we're also just very thankful to have you here, coming and watching this beautiful story week after week. We are very, very grateful. If you need to get caught up on anything, head on over to YouTube. Everything is cataloged there for your viewing and binging enjoyment. You can type !YouTube to find a link to do that. And most of our stuff is posted. It's always here with no paywall barrier on Twitch. And then it is posted on YouTube if you are a person who prefers YouTube a couple days later. Before I jump into our programming for the week, Len, what are you up to on your channel this week?
Probably a lot of Sims. I've been doing a Sims challenge that is the most dramatic thing I've ever done in Sims. And every time I play it, more stuff keeps happening that I can't control. So it's been very fun, but probably a lot of Sims, maybe some Animal Crossing because I've designed my island, but I'm live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. No, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday at 2 p.m. PST.
Amazing. If you don't already follow Len, you should probably go do that. One of our wonderful mods, Teeny, will probably shout out Len in the chat. So please go follow them. As well, Cody is our amazing producer who you all know and love, also streams on their channel. So please go follow them. And they are also a variety streamer, I believe. I don't know what Cody's playing right now. Cody, will you tell us from the void what you're playing right now? No,
the answer is no.
The answer is no.
People's hearts. He's playing with people's hearts.
He's playing with my heart. So yeah, he will potentially pop up in chat what he's playing right now. So please go follow Cody as well. Our programming this week, March is a super busy one for us. We jump right back into it tomorrow with our Margrave campaign over at twitch.tv/Kobold Press, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wednesday, we are back with the second to last episode of The Weird West. Come join myself in the DM seat with Adam and Sean and Tim, as well as our dear friends Becca and Eric, for this spooky happenings in a little town in the West. Come watch them tangle with tentacles and ooze. It's going to be a delightful time. Tim's character debuted last session, and we are very happy to have him join us for the rest of the campaign. That's on 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the third Wednesday of every month. And oh my gosh, I didn't even have this in my announcement list, but I'm going to announce it here. Two very cool things are happening. One of them next week and one of them at the end of the month. Next week, Tim and I are going to be getting interviewed by the folks over at A Filthy Lot. So if you don't know about who A Filthy Lot are, they are another Vancouver nerd focused organized streaming and media organization. You can find them at twitch.tv/A Filthy Lot. They are the creators of a very amazing D&D campaign called Ready to Roll, in which they play D&D, and then the people who are around the table do a reenactment of the things that they have played in the campaign in full costume, and it sets
all kinds of stuff. It's
fucking
wild.
unreal. So we're gonna sit down and talk with Trevor and Roz next week over on their show, A Filthy Talk, which is going to be on Thursday at 5:30. Yeah, Thursday at 5:30. We're gonna be heading to their amazing studio. And it's going to be a delightfully good time. So please come hang out with us. Would love to see some friendly faces over in the chat there. As we're going to be talking about all things Blackwater, how we got started, and all things nerdy. So it's going to be super great. And then, oh my gosh, this is very exciting. At the end of the month, since it is Women's History Month, there was a tweet that happened in which I got tagged as an amazing femme creator in the TTRPG stream, and a bunch of creators that we all know and love got tagged in there as well. And I joked that we should all get together and play a charity stream together like a heist. And then, I had to make it happen. So on March 30th, I am stepping into the DM seat for 12 of some of the most amazing femme TTRPG players, and I am so fucking excited to lead them through a heist. It's going to be a very good time. We are going to be fundraising for Girls Who Code and Black Girls Code. It is going to be an absolute extravaganza. How am I going to handle 12 players? Well, you'll just have to come and see. It is going to be a delightful time. We're going to be doing that. There will be no DM Roulette this month, but there will be this amazing charity event at the end of the month. So please come hang out with us. That is Wednesday, March 30th, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on BlackwaterDnD. And we will be releasing a cast list very soon. And it is stacked. We've got some amazing femmes and non-binary folks who are going to come out and play, and boy howdy, they're all bringing badass characters. It's going to be a very good time. Len's joining me. It's going to be a very good time, very fun time. So lastly, Whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely and thank you for hanging out at our table. We hope that you feel super, super welcome here. Cody, roll the freaking clip. Roll the clip. Roll the clip, Cody.
You son of a bitch.
Fucking legend.
Cody's behind the wheel. Oh boy.
Cody, take the wheel. That's all I need in my life. Tim, take it away.
All right. So for those of you just joining us tonight, last week, Blackwater made their way farther up the river Incendio to the Ashen Castle. It was there they discovered that Callie's old nemesis had been reborn, now a zealous angelic being whose belief was to purge the soul through destruction and rebirth in fire. He insisted that Blackwater take part in the ritual, but when they refused, a difficult fight ensued with the Baron Von Krawn and his flame dragon companion, leading to Callie's death and Finnan nearly dying as well. But Willie managed to bring Callie back, and with a boost from Kale, she was able to finish off the Baron with her lightning javelin, finally closing the chapter on this piece of her history. And we pick up in the aftermath of that.
So I know I am like 200 feet away after just having called Kamea. So I am sprinting back to the party.
Letters catches up because I think I was kind of in that direction too.
Yes.
We all kind of boogie back. Is everybody okay? We all good?
Is everyone all right?
Yeah. There, Clack is looking a little. He's looking a little better. He was looking pretty flamed up, but he did get some healing. So.
Yep. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks. That was a close one.
Are you all right? You're muted, huh?
Yeah. Okay. I think so. Am I still muted?
No, you're good.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, she would just be standing there, where she was.
Yeah, and you saw the Baron's body basically exploded in a kind of a bright, fiery rain just across what's remains of his castle. As the dragon had slammed into it, it's mostly crumbled now, and the dragon's body itself also just kind of a smoking sort of ash heap now.
You said there was no bow and arrow left.
No, the weapons seem to have been tied to him specifically.
Mm.
And
Go ahead,
this guy's not a demon anymore. So Celestials, when they kick the bucket, they're kicked,
Gone.
right?
Gone.
Yeah,
That's it.
he's gone.
Chalk one up to Blackwater,
We did it.
right?
Good.
DM, I would like to, while this is happening, do a quick Aragorn survival check of this area, because we kind of pulled up what seemed like it was in the middle of something, and so I'd like to be like, okay, there was bodies over there. Who knows what became of that Ash Phoenix? What is going on? What was the weird demonic presence that disappeared? All that stuff.
Sure. All right. You can make a survival or investigation check if you like.
Okay. Can Can Rupert give you the help action?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will, as Willie starts to walk off to do that, I place my hand on his shoulder. I cast guidance. Not that he needs it. And I lean in as he's about to walk away. Thank you for bringing her back.
Yeah. Anytime. It's a 35.
35. Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
you sort of step, and you just like immediately start to kind of retrace. You start to piece together what has been happening here, but for what seems like maybe a while. You can see there's a number of bodies of devils that are kind of strewn out. Some of them kind of in horrific. They met horrific ends. And kind of displayed almost as a almost trophy like. It seems that the Baron had taken great pride in now dispatching devils, and sort of like the idea being sort of cleansing them. And you can see in the kind of middle of the courtyard, there is the body of a winged devil. I'm not sure if you were with them at the bar, but Callie would have pointed out you would notice the same Aragorn kind of on the ground, and her head separated from her body, and you can see the body has been scorched pretty heavily. So it seems like that was maybe the fiendish presence that you sensed before it was dispatched. You can see that the castle itself looks like it looks heavily damaged and now kind of finally collapsed as the dragon fell into it. But it seems like a lot of the damage has been from the inside out, almost as if the Baron has been luring these things here and then destroying them. And there is several kind of pools of magma kind of in the corners where it looks like, he's been using those as almost like pools of cleansing. But it very much seems like he had taken a new path, and was essentially a zealot. But you do with the 35, you also find some things lying around that still seem. You can see his armor is displayed near the castle, although it's partially it's fallen down and kind of partially crushed. But it seems like he made an effigy of himself, his former self, as a reminder. But you also find there are some items around. You find there is a cloak, kind of like a hooded cloak, almost like a mantle, that you can see. You almost it blended in quite well with some of the debris, and it was near where the flame dragon was, so it looked very similar on the outside to kind of cracked magma. But you kind of pick it up and kind of shake it out, and you can see that it does have that kind of it looks almost like cracked magma. And you also find a bracelet that looks like it's small pine cones that have been lashed together with what smells like maybe dried sinew, and it smells of pine and smoke, which feels very out of place for everything else that's here. But you find it sort of up against one of the walls, just kind of sitting on the ground. And you also find a pouch of diamonds on one of the devil's bodies, worth what you suspect probably about 500 gold pieces.
Okay. I think I would give everybody a chance to kind of regroup, and because I think I really recognize this was a big emotional situation that he just kind of happened to be here for.
Yeah.
So he would just be kind of standing there, just staring at everyone in a crotchety manner, quietly waiting for them to finish, and then kind of like a.
Yeah. Well. You.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I just took a look around here, and it looks like your fella here was luring devils and demons to this place and was killing them. This is part of his zealotly try to cleanse everything. It looks like we finally cracked this here castle. So that's probably for the best. But I also found some stuff. We have an armor. Looks like it was his armor, maybe. Yeah. We know that. Yeah.
Well, here, let me take a look at that. I'm curious how it's different from the last time we saw it.
That's a good question.
Willie, you want to just throw that in the courtyard here, and I'm going to do some wizard shit.
Yeah, sure.
I'll set the armor and the cloak and the bracelet, and then I'll also bring out the diamonds and offer basically to divvy them up if we want to split them. I guess it's about 500 pieces. We can probably split these amongst us.
Well, Willie, you use diamonds on your person to revive Callie, so please take those back for yourself. I do have diamonds with me. And so does Kelly. So if the diamonds would be better serving to you, please take them.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
of course.
I pocket the diamonds.
So you see the armor that he's referring to. It's not the armor that the Baron was wearing currently. It's his old armor, and it looks the same. It looks the same as it did when you threw it into the magma originally.
Well, I'm gonna cast Identify on it because last time I took a look at it, it was like you have to be evil to wear it. It's gonna give you sick buys and tries.
It is the same. It is. The same.
Nothing has changed about it.
He doesn't wear that armor anymore. It was like he kept it as a reminder, essentially.
I was just wondering if, like, through the effigy, he had like nullified it. All right, well, I'm gonna fucking do my wizard shit. I'm gonna identify the cloak. I'm gonna identify these pine cones.
All right. The cloak is called the Magma Mantle. I can send you the description here in what's the easiest way for me to send it to you?
I mean, I guess in the Facebook thing.
Yeah.
Sean, or Neppy would come over to Letters as he's taking a look through. Letters, I'm just going to take the armor and put it back in the bag because it was my mistake that we got rid of it.
Yeah, if you need a place to hide it that no one will probably ever find, I know a guy, and it's me. Just when we get back to Wolfrain. When we get back to
yes,
Wolfrain.
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I will take the
Throw it in a
armor,
hole
and I'm literally going to
throw away
write
the
it
shovel.
in the space where I erased it from because I have
Oh
not
my
been
God.
finding
Good.
my bag of holding page in my notes.
And do you do the same thing on the
yeah.
the bracelet? It's called the Bracelet of Fire Tender. And I will send that to you as well. The first one's the cloak, and the second one's the bracelet.
Everyone talk amongst yourselves, and I'll get back to this. He's casting Identify, which is
gonna
take as much time as it takes for Sean to read this.
You see Clack is going around just collecting a few stones and rocks, just kind of collecting to make it.
Kale's still a giant eagle, so he's still
an eagle,
but he's kind of chickening.
I come over to Kale and I give him just a little scritch behind there.
I'm gonna go pick up my javelin.
Nice. Yep.
He pecks at the ground a couple times.
I'm gonna walk over as Callie goes to pick up her javelin, and I'm just gonna kind of stand a couple feet away as she does so. Just waiting.
Also, importantly, Willie, you see no trace of the phoenix. It seems to have scattered.
Well, I think Phoenix may not be back for quite a while, if at all. So we may have gotten rid of that potential problem. I'd also guess that may have been what we'd seen in the sky all those times. So that's good.
You see that Willie is just sort of watching Neppy and Callie just kind of like nodding solemnly, the just like at the bond that is there, and then he just sort of reaches over and pets Rupert, and looks down and says,
I think we did good today, Death Lord.
Callie will like put her javelin back where it is and like turn around and go to walk back.
You did it.
We did it.
It feels fitting that you brought him his end. It had to be you.
Yeah, I'm just glad he's gone.
Me too. I can imagine the weight you feel lifted is the same I felt when I separated Velsum's head from his body.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Thank you for letting it be me.
I called Kamea.
I heard, yeah. I can't call her.
I know. I might call her and tell her to get Nissa to write a spell of sending to you so that she can call you. I wish I could. I will call her now for you.
Okay.
What can I pass on to her? She was reasonably worried. I believe her I said that I was going to take care of you, and she, in very few words, said, "You fucking better." So, what can I pass on to her for you?
That I'm alive.
Well, she knows that, so I can say those words.
Well, I guess she kind of knows that. I love her and I miss her, and Baron's gone, and we're good. I'll see her soon.
Anything else?
No, I think that's it. That's it.
Cast sending right in front of Callie.
She's alive. Baron's dead. Finally. She loves you.
Wait, sorry. She's alive. Baron's dead. Finally. She loves you.
She misses you fiercely. I am very proud of her, as I said. She'll be home soon.
Thank you. Tell her I love her and that I miss her. And I can't wait to see her.
I reach forward and I just put my arms around Callie and I just envelop her in just the tightest hug.
As you would like wrap your arms around Callie, she's just like, she's very like stiff, but she's like shaking, and as soon as you would wrap your arms around her, she would fall to her knees and just like crumple.
I carry her weight. I support her and I lean down with her and I just hold her like so fucking tightly, just into where my neck is.
I would just cry for a bit, just like.
You also feel on your forearm no pain. For the first time in a very, 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 very long time.
Cute.
She misses you, Callie.
I miss her too.
We'll be home soon enough.
Yeah.
We will need a day or two to regroup before we either go towards Istishia or Utah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see you. I want you to go, and I want you to be with your wife.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I know. Let's go have a rest on the boat. Let's get out of here.
All right.
We make it to the boat. Letters is just gonna pick up some of these rocks and head over to Clack. Be like, I don't know if these are your style or whatever, but
Yeah, no, these are good.
those are good. Cool. You know, I just don't have the eye. I am really sorry that dragon filled me with a blood rage and that you were within smacking distance. That was real shitty.
I know. It's okay. I
mean,
forgive you.
fucking kudos on the iron bands. Like, that's why we got them.
Absolutely. I had to restrain you.
Yeah, and you did.
As I said, I forgave you.
I just feel bad about,
Hey, I appreciate that. That's a good sign. I'm glad you feel bad. I mean, you don't have to feel bad. I'm just like glad that you feel remorse for your
But
actions.
this is the fucked up thing. It's like, we've been through this with Callie. It's like I know it's not my fault. I know it's not my fault. But I still did it. And that sucks.
Yeah.
And like, what am I going to do? Fucking punch that dragon's ashes? Like, it's just.
No. It's okay.
I could pee on him a bit. Do you want to pee on a
wanna go
dragon's
pee on him?
ashes? Yeah, I'd love to pee on that
Bring it
dragon's
back to
ashes.
life and you could beat it up again.
Let's just pee on it.
Do you want to pee on the dragon with? Hey, everybody want to pee on the dragon's ashes?
Oh,
It's a bonding
I'm down to
thing.
pee on the
I'll
dragon's ashes.
pass. But thank
Kale's
you.
still a bird.
Well, hey, Kale, you're gonna love this. Come on, bring that big eagle butt over here.
I don't even know how eagles pee.
I think it's just one big thing, kind of, because they just got the one vent.
Man, birds are weird.
I know. What the fuck is flying?
Says the rock guy to the cow man.
Feathers fucking suck. It's like, it's like a half measure for
and they're
fur.
so light. Their bones are so brittle.
You ever just kick a bird? It's unreal.
No,
It's like
I've
kicking
never
through
done that.
meringue.
Oh, I'll take your
Anyways.
word for it.
Yeah, I'll pee on this dragon, and we'll pee on the dragon together.
Yeah, okay.
I'll also pee on the dragon.
Oh my god.
I will pee poop. I will pee poop on the dragon.
It's a good bonding experience.
You all do your business on the dragon, and the
brothers
dragon's
now.
ashes, and it kind of like steams up immediately. It's still quite hot. And then you head back towards the kind of large pool outside, and you see Infernus kind of keeping watch out. And as he sees you, he kind of heads over with the boat as you all load in. It is, I believe it's evening. So you could travel a little bit farther. You still probably have a couple more hours before the end of this, when you would normally take your rest.
I feel like this would actually be a pretty decent place to hold up. Like, Infernus, stop me if I'm wrong. We could pull this out of the river here, because we can kind of pull it in,
Yeah.
let it
we can
cool down,
Sure.
and then we're set for the rest of the trip, right?
Well,
Up to the
from-
source.
Well, from what we know, that this castle has kind of been in. There has been nothing around for a very long while, so nothing is going to come close. Perhaps if the Ash Phoenix returns, we'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Sweet. I'll shrink the boat to help Infernus get it on land.
Kind of drags it out
Done.
up onto the landing, and you see kind of like he sort of flips it over to cool it off, and you all make camp inside the kind of castle courtyard.
Yes.
Great. So yeah, you all
Finn is
make.
with us too, obviously, and totally fine.
Yeah, I almost died, and it was pretty. I'm just gonna go for a lap. I'm just gonna take some laps. You see, he just starts jogging around the courtyard.
And doing lots of push-ups.
Yeah. So you set up for camp for the evening. Who would like to take first watch?
I'll take first watch. I'm feeling spry.
I'll also take the first watch.
All right, sounds good. So you all kind of bed down. I'll have
Yeah, baby.
Letters and Willie make perception checks.
It's a nat 20 for a 19.
Can Rupert again give me the help action?
Yes, sure.
Okay, I'm a guidance myself. Roll this with Rupert's advantage. It barely mattered. I rolled a natural 7 and only a 1 on the guidance, so that's only a 23.
23.
But it's still a nat 20.
On a bad day. All right,
Even
so
for my unwise.
Your watch goes by pretty quietly. It's fairly bright here. Even though you're farther away from the lava, you can see beyond the you'd be facing the thing, so it would beyond the eastern wall, kind of where the river, the river continues that direction. It's quite bright. You can see almost as if there's there's quite a large kind of flame presence. You can see kind of flickering. So it's quite bright over that side of the wall. But other than that, it's fairly quiet.
I think I would just ask. I would ask Letters. Essentially,
What did you find with those items?
Oh, yeah, shit. They're red as hell. Fuck, I was apologizing to my friend. I forgot about that. I'll show you in the morning. It's gonna be like a kind of a grand reveal. I have there's two people who I think they're really perfect for, and I'll just present them to them. We found these. They're rad as fuck. But I guess you found them. Do you want them?
Well, I was willing to maybe offer a trade if they had something that served a similar purpose, but it's entirely up to you.
Oh man, I'm really torn because I don't want to tell you it unless everyone knows. Okay, tell you what.
I'll only tell Rupert, and he doesn't talk.
No, because then the audience will know, and that's a double beat anyways. Tell you what, I love a good trade. Let's put a pin in it. Tomorrow morning, first thing, we'll all wake up and I'll say, Willie's items. Here's what they do. Here's who I think should have them. And what are we gonna do for Willie? Willie, let me think about this. I'm gonna think about this. What is it that you like? What do you like? What can we do for you? Like,
Well, I like good food. Very spicy food.
brother,
Yes.
I understand that you are looking to travel the plains.
Yep.
Yep. Right.
That's also true.
Well, I'll tell you, our first stop after getting away from here is the prime material plane. You ever heard of it? Little town called Wolfar. Now, I just so happen to be, you might look at me and say, hey, there's a guy who fights a lot of things, hurts them with his mind. You might not know that I'm actually also an entrepreneur and a bit of a culinary explorer. We got a place called the Blackwater Bar and Grill, proprieted by yours truly. We do Scar Fusion. If you like Plane of Fire food, you're going to love Plane of Earth food. It's not as spicy, but it's got a lot more grit. It's like, because we mix it with the prime material food. So it's food. It's like
fusion.
It's Scar Fusion.
Yeah.
It's all the caloric content of a prime food with all the crunch of Plane of Earth rocks. So like, it's fucking wild.
And don't forget the spider hair.
Yeah, and we do put spider hair in things. Because, look, long story, the only
Nice
milk
and
that's
irritating.
available. Yeah, yes!
Really sticks in your throat.
Yeah, you know how, like, spice, you're like, ow, that hurts, and, like, but in a good way? It's the exact same way, except for scratchy and discomforting.
Yeah, you're
Like,
hawking for days.
A lot of these prime material people, they don't understand how that's like a desirable thing. But I'm like, you literally set your mouth on fire. Like, you're eating these bad peppers. I don't see the difference. It's just as enjoyable. Get that hair in your throat.
Okay. Are there any dead people there?
Oh, in the prime material plane?
Yep.
Yeah. What do you want with some? I can get you some dead people. Easy.
I'm looking to find a dead person, and so maybe that's a good place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. We have so many dead people. Oh my God. Have you ever heard of a place called Sirang Dune? There's so many dead people there right now. It's a real travesty. But yeah, if you're looking, huh?
The dead person I'm looking for is happy.
Probably not Sirang Dune then.
Okay, well, maybe you can help direct me to the dead people and the prime material who are happy.
Oh, I know exactly. You're gonna want to talk to Finnan. Finnan has a direct link to all these fucking dead people, and they know all this wild fucking sexual adventure shit. Apparently, they're real kinky. It sounds like they're having a great time in their afterlife. If I was to find a happy dead person, it would be in Finnan's, like, brain daddy's house.
Internally, Willie starts to sweat at the thought that his wife, with whom he did not have an open relationship, is currently engaged in some kind of never-ending afterlife orgy, and that's why she's happy. But he does not translate any of that, and instead goes,
all right, yeah, I'll talk to him about that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of options. I'm excited for tomorrow morning. This is great. I love this. We haven't done a watch together. What's up with that? We should do more watches.
Yeah, I've been kind of making the rounds.
Yeah, this is good. This is enriching for both of us. All right, get up, Kale. And I kick Kale awake.
Who else would like to be awake with Kale?
I'll take my watch.
Willie's going to be awake.
Thinking about what letters.
I think Callie and Neppy are going to take last watch.
I'll take my watch.
I'm up. Look, do you mind if I don't talk a lot? Do
you want to talk about it?
No.
I want to do an insight check on Finnan. He's acting weird.
Sure.
Tim Nin is my favorite Finnan. And that's not true. Adam is my favorite Finnan.
Adam's like, at home, he's like, I feel a disturbance. 15.
No way. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Jeez, okay.
I
I guess we'll just do
I
this
had a rough
watching.
day
We'll,
and-
we'll do it in the silence then.
No, it's fine. I bet I can be quieter for longer than you can. Shit, you've already won. Fuck. He's gonna roll a perception check. Very high.
It's infinite. Kale rolls a 15. It's not infinite.
All right. Well, I'm losing right now, so I have to try to get you to talk.
Do you want to watch something on my back? Do you want to watch something on my back? Kale takes his shirt off and he turns around and then he like animates with the tattoo, like essentially like a little story, because they can move. So he does like a little live action, little play.
Okay, now I'm curious about the nature of these tattoos. Are they designed based off of? Well, yeah, no. This is Sean now. Are they based? The are the tattoos just whatever
Amazing.
you can imagine or whatever you could reproduce? Like,
Let me, yeah, you did. Let me read it. It says here,
Don't worry.
as a bonus action, you can shape the tattoo into any color or pattern and move it to any area of your skin, whatever form it takes. It is always obviously a tattoo. It can range in size from no smaller than a copper piece to an intricate work of art that covers all of your skin.
Let me rephrase. What is Kale's little animated video that he's playing with his teenage friend?
Think more like it's more like when they do like there's a voiceover and then they do sort of like vignettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that.
Is the style like anime though, or like what's his?
This is Sean's birthday question. He gets one birthday question.
It's like it's like cartoon. It's like I don't know. Avatar doesn't really qualify as anime per se.
It basically is.
Oh wow,
It's
that's quite
anime.
a debate.
Well, I mean,
It would be if you asked a Japanese person.
Yeah, so it's like that, but the sort of vignettes in the backgrounds are like mattes, so they're slightly less color. So
it's like the episode where they go like in Korra where they go to the past and she's
exactly.
like the first.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Okay. Great.
And it depicts like all of the moments in the last battle where people look the most badass.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, thank you.
So it's like a play-by-play.
Cool.
Oh, okay, this is actually really cool. I can't believe you've never.
You're gonna miss the base part. Shh.
Oh, that was very cool.
What was the best part, Jens?
You're not there.
Fuck.
Your birthday question is
I
over.
almost lost track of time. I think it's time to wake up Callie and Neppy. I'm gonna just quickly do some push-ups before they wake up.
They wake up
Bangs
to
out 40
a
push-ups.
sweaty Finnan and a shirtless Kale.
Again.
But more importantly, your perception checks, your night goes very quietly. And Callie and Neppy, you are roused, and you can take your watch. You can both
My
make
two
perception checks.
sweaty boys.
Sweaties.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
This is an ability check, so this is at disadvantage. Yeah.
Yes, because you've rested, so you're
I've rested?
exhaustion. Yeah, because you took
Okay.
last watch, so you've had your full sleep.
Cool.
With a natural 18 to my guidance and my bonus, that's a 30.
It does
Okay.
not matter. I rolled a 4, so that's a 4 plus 7.
So yeah, your mind is elsewhere. But yeah, so you kind of keep an eye on things during your watch. It's something will happen later, but it's fine.
It's not ominous.
Later?
At all,
That's not stressful.
Neppy would be, as she kind of, she would walk around and take a peek, and just kind of keep her eye out for things. and you would see her set up just some like low candlelight, just kind of in like the wee hours of the morning. And as Callie's kind of sitting there, not wanting to kind of disturb that reverie for the first little bit, just allowing Callie the space to kind of process, Neppy would do her dawn prayers, which she so rarely gets to do because she's usually on watch at another point of the evening, feels bad perpetually that she misses her dawn prayers. This is a
You're
girl
a bad
who prays.
priestess, dude.
Shut up, Tim. I pray she is like normally prays 5 times a day when she is at home, with the sunrise every morning, and now finally gets to do her dawn prayers, and she's proud of herself that she gets to do them just a little bit earlier before the dawn happens. But once that is done, she would clean up everything and go back and sit down on the couch.
So as you
I would look over to her.
Yeah.
Silver, for your thoughts.
You know, died again.
I know. I wasn't there to bring you up. No matter. I was running an abacus mathematics in my head about how I could get from you and back and not let the Baron escape. But there were people down there who really brought you back.
Yeah.
I am eternally grateful.
No, it's okay that you didn't, it's okay that it wasn't you. Yeah, no, dying's hard.
You've done it more than me.
Yeah,
Though I'm supposed to know more about it than you.
I think 5 or 6, 7,
I think it's 6 now.
something like that. Can't stop thinking about what it's like for you.
When you die,
Yeah, I do everything in my power to make sure I don't have to feel that.
would you like me to describe the feeling to you?
I think I know it, but I think it might be different.
It is like someone takes a knife to my sternum or a hook and they pull. I am tethered to the moment that you die. Because I know that it is not your time. So I do everything in my power to either control the situation or to bring you back. Because a future, the foreseeable future, involves you in it. I am becoming so keenly aware now that I am the only cleric in this party that it is less my job to take people down, more as to allow you all to do that, to keep you alive, so that you may do that. And I am absolutely all right with that. It is my job. It has always been my job to hold the barrier between life and death, to arbiter that balance. It is in my title. It is who I am. part of it anyway.
I feel it at the front. The weight, almost. What I used to share. The brunt of the damage. Or the fight. Is now. I feel like I go down a lot more now. And I've had to realize that it's not me being weaker, but
Certainly not. Certainly not. Now that Kokanee is at home with our children, you are the one up in the fray, and Letters has joined you in that.
Yeah.
Taking more of a step there for that, and I am grateful to him that there is someone up alongside you. And Kale now fights where Finnan is, holding a role very different than Yana's. But I know that there is someone there with Finnan too. And I am happy to be the tether between all of you, keeping you all on your 30-foot leashes if I need to.
can't imagine being in your shoes.
You don't have to,
I know.
because I can be in my shoes. I would take Callie's hands. It is a weight I am all right carrying. I have carried it for years, and will continue to do so. It is my honor and privilege.
You do it well.
So do you, Calliope Skysinger. There is no one who could be the champion that you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But it is simply truth, sir.
Don't know what I'd do without you.
I don't know what I'd do without you either. And if I... I know that I can hold my own. On this battle, on any battlefield, I know I can.
Yeah.
But I am happy to stand in everyone's shadow. I am not afraid of the dark. I'd give her like a little nuzzle on the side.
Callie would Callie rolled a fucking not 11 for her perception. She's gonna put her head on your legs, lie down.
I'll just run my fingers through her hair, and I would just absently just be braiding her hair and singing essentially hymns, in Infernal, prayer hymns in Infernal.
Nice.
While I'm just kind of keeping an eye on everything.
Okay.
Until
So
everyone awakens.
before everyone awakens, as
Oh,
you're doing
gosh.
that, you're kind of looking over the eastern wall where the kind of bright light is, and after a little while you see what looks like 3 small heads kind of poke up over the wall. And you can see kind of glowing orange eyes, and their heads are flaming somewhat. All of them are sort of differently flaming, but they are all flaming as you kind of watch them peek over the wall.
Hello?
Watch them all duck back behind the wall.
It's all right. You can come out.
Make a persuasion check for me.
My voice is non-threatening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I say to cats when I meet them the first time. Don't worry, my voice is not threatening.
20, you said?
23.
23. Okay, you see one of them get kind of pushed up above the wall and kind of like reach over, and you can see the hands are flaming a little bit as well.
What are
And
they?
this-
What are they?
They're very small. They're small creatures. They're probably a little bit shorter than Clack. And you can see their body looks almost magma-like, but you can see kind of bright orange eyes, and like they're you can see the one that kind of hops over has this kind of nervous grin, and you can see kind of sharpish teeth.
I'm gonna cast tongues on myself.
And you can see it's wearing like a wooden, almost like a wooden backpack.
Can I help you?
It doesn't appear to understand what you're saying.
It does.
Mm.
Because
Oh,
tongues
you cast tongues?
I cast tongues
Yeah,
on
yeah.
myself. Yeah.
Oh, we were just looking to see what happened.
Oh, well, there was a battle here.
Yeah,
but
we
things-
figured as much.
Things are calm now. It's safe if you're worried.
We were just wondering if there's any leftovers.
Oh, are you looking for things to take for yourself?
If you don't want them.
There wasn't much here, but I'm loath to send you on your way with nothing.
I'm sure we'll find something.
I'm gonna reach down in my bag. I have a
Give him the armor.
No.
No.
Yeah, give him the armor,
No,
coward.
Kale.
So pro armor.
Absolutely not.
The armor.
The Baron's dead. Like
They don't look
waste-
evil. They can't wear it.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's a hierarchy.
I'm going to pull out. I have a silver goblet in my bag, Tim. I know where I got it from, and I've been carrying this thing in the bag for 3 in-game years.
Whoa.
Oh,
And I take it out.
I mean, there's not much here, but you're welcome to this.
You see, he kind of like looks back over the wall. He's like,
Come on, quick!
and the other two kind of like scamper up. And you can see they're all wearing these kind of like wooden backpacks, and like he like runs down, and you can see when he gets to you, he's only like 2 feet tall. He's quite small.
I would kneel down.
What's your name?
Sparko.
Spark.
please.
It's wonderful to meet you.
Yeah, and that's Peppy, and that's Flashy.
I can't understand any of this. I'm distraught.
He seems very excited. He's like just wide-eyed, kind of looking at it, like looking at his reflection.
It's yours. Take it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In his backpack.
Do you live here?
Yeah, we live in the Emberlands.
Emberlands. Oh,
Yeah, the big forest over there.
the forest. Oh, as you can tell, we're not from around here, so.
Yeah, I thought so. So, I'm just gonna go take a look around.
Sure. We will be leaving shortly.
Okay, great.
You're welcome. I mean, it's not my place, so you're welcome to, I guess, anything that's here. I
You
suppose.
see, he's like the other two are already like in like the devil corpses, just like taking anything that isn't like nailed down. They're just like stuffing their backpacks with stuff. You can see like every little bit of like metal and everything is just going in their backpacks as they're like going as quickly as they can.
I just kind of like stand back. Oh, hi, Fablers. Thank you so much for the
What up?
raid. Hi, sweet Fablers. Thank you. I kind of stand back and I just like, I have a real like schoolyard, like, what are those, like the schoolyard aid vibes going on right now? I see them scampering around and I'm just kind of standing.
The duty
watching.
teacher?
Yeah, I'm a duty.
It was a duty aid.
Duty
My
aid.
school.
Oh,
Duty aid.
Duty
They're
aid.
essentially like
Terrible
Jawas.
name.
They're a
They're
bunch
little
of
Jawas.
they're like Jawas, just like heading through, and like
Oh my
taking
gosh.
everything that isn't nailed down. And then Sparko kind of comes back. And this is just as everybody's starting to wake up.
Yeah.
For Christ.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
They all kind of like
The
leap back.
fuck are you?
What are you doing here?
This is
Do I recognize these people? As I
Flashy
like,
and Sparko.
Yes, Willie, you would recognize these are Magmen. And you know that you know of the Emberlands. It is like a flaming forest that you have passed before. You like, and again, it's one of those landmarks that shifts with the shifting of the river, but it seems like it is kind of beyond the Ashen Castle, and it seems like it is close by at the moment.
Do they speak a language that I would speak? Like, are they speaking?
Yeah, they speak Primordial, but sort of with an Ingan flavor, a dialect, if you will. So yes, you definitely understand them, and you know them to be. Actually, make a history check for me.
Okay, are they elementals?
Yes.
Okay, so I think I have advantage.
Yes.
To recall information about them. That is. What did I get? This is history. It's a 13.
Okay. You know that like you don't know a ton about them, but you know that they're like they generally keep to themselves. They're kind of like scavengers. And you also know that like they the Magmen from the Emberlands work a lot with emberwood, which is like a fire resistant wood. And they are also known for making instruments. That's kind of like that was the like export that they kind of put through the river before they got kind of cut off once the Ashen Castle came.
I would relay that to everybody in common.
I would lean down to Sparko because he talked to me first.
Whatever was here is no longer.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. He was a jerk. And his dragon kept eating my friends.
Well, you neither have to. I would point over to the corpse of the dragon. You don't.
Don't worry, we peed on it.
No, nice.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to worry about him, the dragon or the Baron any longer.
I mean, there's like lots of dragons around here, so that's like always a worry for us. But that particular
one,
dragon,
yes,
for sure was a problem. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Please be safe out there.
Okay.
Hey, you know anything about the source? Wait, I speak Primordial, but a different dialect. Hello, hello. You know anything about the source?
I feel like it's like Quebecois French to Parisian French. Like
we are going up the stream there. You know much about the source there, bud?
Yeah, this guy, Harub. Yeah. You're not too far. Probably like 4 or 5 days.
That's not fun.
Can you name any potential dangers along the way, other than the obvious ones to do with the river?
Well, you'll have to pass by the Boneyard and the Gorgon Fields. And there's like it gets real choppy. The lava gets pretty intense up by the source.
Yep.
We don't go there very often. It's sort of like a once in a lifetime retreat kind of thing. So
do you want to come to the source with us?
No, I went already for Birthright a while ago, so I'm good.
What'd you find there?
So like a lot of lava and sort of where the two rivers come out and meet. And there was like we had to run. There was like really big kind of like magma guys. So watch out for those guys. They're not so nice.
Oh yes. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say they mentioned the Boneyard and the what else?
The Gorgon Fields, or the Gorgon Plains, the Gorgon.
Gorgon.
I think you said Gorgon.
Gorgon Fields. Yeah, the Gorgon Fields.
Yeah, and then big magma guys. I think Willie is going to have Rupert take a note of all of this.
Just as like.
Speaking of magma, I'm gonna bring out the cloak. I think that this is, I give out. Okay, so here's the deal. Willie found these. They're technically his items. I have interviewed them, and they have revealed themselves to me. I think that they go with a couple of our party members, but if we want them, we got to make it worth Willie's time. But Magma Cloak. I think this is very much in Kale's brand because you turn it on, requires attunement. You turn it on, makes you very hot. Anyone hits you with the thing, they take fire damage. You stand next to them, you take fire damage. But also, you get to breathe and swim through magma. No questions asked, baby.
For a minute.
For a minute.
Oh my
Not
God.
permanently. But once per day, little dip in the magma. See what it tastes like, you know? And then this little doohickey, and he holds up the 13 pine cones all tied together in an alarm band, is real simple. No attunement. It just simply allows the wearer to be able to see through mist and smoke and fog. Whereas, you know, usually got to squint real hard. Also, I mean, Callie, you love looking at stuff, and the pine cones, very on brand. But you should wear it over your armor because it's very uncomfortable on exposed skin.
Okay.
It's not a mechanical thing. It's just was in the description. Because pine cones on your flesh, unpleasant. I think you should have. But yeah, those are my bits. Y'all want to hang on to those? No,
Okay.
no attunement for that last one. You just like
Hell yeah.
fog, not an issue.
Well,
That's a cool amber apple bracelet.
Amber
Ember
apple?
apple?
Yeah, those are ember apples.
He points at the pine cones.
I guess, yeah, would Willie also recognize those as ember apples, or are they not?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, they're mainly used for cooking. You don't eat them straight. You cook them.
No.
Willie, if this is an item, if you are willing to trade, I have something that potentially might be a good trade option for you. And I'm going to pull out of the bag of holding a kind of like a teardrop shaped dark blue glass bottle. It is stoppered. It has gold around the brim, and you see a kind of silvery blue liquid swishing around inside it. And I'm going to push it forward, put it on the table as an option on our side to trade. Well, Willie, I know you've been around a lot, but there are things out here that could frighten many. And this will stop that. It'll also make you a bit heartier for a time. So it is for mechanically, it's a potion of heroism.
Willie thinks, he's like,
So it's a single-use situation.
It is, yes. I have a couple other things, but this is one of the first things I can put on the table for you.
Willie says,
I got a counteroffer. I'll let you have them, but in exchange, you folks know how to get from plane to plane.
Mm-hmm.
If you give me all the information you have about how to get to other planes, and which planes maybe have the most dead people on them, the happy dead people, I'm willing to let you have them both.
and he says,
In addition,
and he points, he points at each of you.
any of you who've died, I would very much like to speak to you about your experiences and where you went, because it could provide a good starting place.
We've all died, Willie.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that's not surprising. Well, I'll be conducting interviews with each of you in order to get all the information I can get about what it's like, and where you went, and what you saw, and who you were with.
Neppy pulls out a prayer booklet, essentially. One that is essentially would hold the scripture of Nepthisiket and talk about what happens when you die. Very standard prayer
Have
book.
a minute for Nepthisiket.
Is this just a bit of literature that, like,
Yes.
they might, if you see a
Yes.
young acolyte sort of on a street
Absolutely.
corner, do you have a moment to talk about her grace?
Do you have a moment to talk about her grace? And Neppy would pull out one of the
Have
ones
you heard the good
translated
news?
into common.
Ever wondered
and
about the other
just-
side?
And put it into Willie's hand. This might be somewhere to stop.
Okay, but the interviews, I'm gonna have to hold firm on that point.
Of course.
Well, okay, let me confer, and I'm gonna bring everybody in for a huddle to pretend like we're gonna hardball or something, and be like, "Yeah, we've considered your offer, and we think it's acceptable."
Okay.
Willie just is like, he sort of like jerks his head, and Rupert pushes the items towards you all.
Pushes them over. You see the Magmen are kind of like slowly kind of backing away. They're not sure how to
Goodbye.
exit this conversation.
See you later.
They don't want to be rude in front of powerful people.
I just wanted to
Yeah,
say-
bye.
And they turn around and scamper back over the wall.
They seem nice. Y'all want to ride this fire river?
And I
Let's
get a
go.
full. I got a full rest, right? And
You did,
I,
yes.
I lose my level of
Yes.
exhaustion.
All gone.
We're going to the source.
Beautiful.
All right.
Head up river.
You clamber back into the boat and you head out. And you indeed pass by the Emberlands. You can see it is a kind of a sprawling forest of flaming trees. It's quite a sight. There is kind of like this large dark wood forest, and all of the branches you can see kind of along the edges and are fully alight. It's quite a spectacle to behold. As you continue throughout that day, you pass by the like that side, and then the other side you can see is those kind of long, kind of rolling magma fields you can see from that volcano that you passed by already. Kind of goes on for the next. You travel for 2 more days, about 2 days, before you do get to the point where Infernus is like, we're gonna have to pull the boat out of the river here pretty soon, or we can try to push it 1 more day.
No.
My accounts, we got only about 2 more days. 2, maybe 3,
Yeah.
till we reach
Yeah,
the source.
Yeah.
And things get hairy up ahead. That's what the little Magman said. So I think we play it safe. Find a spot, Willie, and we hope for the best and hope that no horny lizards come and attack us.
We do have to make a decision here about which bank to pull off on. And you see, as like you've been traveling, you've passed by the Emberland forest, and you are now, you can see the kind of rolling flats of magma have now given way to grass. You can see kind of a reddish grass and rolling hills on the right-hand side that eventually gives way to kind of mountainside. But you can see just kind of open rolling hills of this reddish grass on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, you can see there is, it looks fairly desolate, but you can see there are what look like ruins of an old city. And as you kind of come through, you can see there is a massive skeleton of some kind that is kind of embedded within this city. It appears that this was the site of some great battle long ago.
Can we get a visual on like, or do we have a sense of what type of skeleton it is? Is it like a humanoid? Is it a dragon? Like,
You can make a perception check. You can all make perception checks if you
I'm gonna
want. And
cast
just let me know
guidance.
which bank you're looking at.
Neppy would be looking at the ruins. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself as I do so.
Oh, look at the other one. It's an 18.
18, okay.
Natural
Natty
20 for a 32 with guidance.
I
I'll
only
look at
got a
the same- I'll-
17.
Willie will look at the same bank as Kale to try and see if we can beef up the roll on it.
I'll look at the same
Uh,
one as Snippy.
We actually did not. We got the exact same
Ah,
roll. Yeah,
okay.
because I rolled a natural 1.
Dang. Letters.
Oh, Letters doesn't roll for perception
care.
anymore. He's like, I'm not a.
Alright.
Oh, can we have Finn and
He's
roll for
nearsighted.
perception?
On Kale's
I was
side.
hoping you wouldn't ask me. It is a 9, so he has a plus
36.
It's like either plus 10 or
like
plus
low
15.
20s. You're like, yeah, he's in the like low 20s. He would look at the same side as Willie and Kale. So we'll start with you, Neppy. You can see, you have seen. I want you. Well, actually, with a nature check or with your 20, we'll say you have seen depictions of this creature. Just the skeletal structure, and you can see its huge, kind of bony plates. This is a Tarrasque skeleton. And you can see that it has been just completely, like, it looks like a bite has been taken out of the neck and a bite has been taken out of kind of near the base of the tail.
Oh my gosh.
And it is, looks like fairly decayed, like there's no flesh on the body anymore. It is completely bone. And you can see the ruins of the city are look fairly old. And
Like
you can see there's like, it looks completely scorched, like just completely burned out.
Like, how long are we talking? Have these? I would say Neppy is decently familiar with how decay works.
You would guess thousands of years old.
Cool. Like, are we talking like Dawn War?
Probably pre-Dawn War.
Whoa, shit. Okay.
On the right-hand side, or on the right-hand side, which would be the southern bank, because the river is now bent, so you're heading east. The southern bank. In these fields, as you kind of are looking out, it looks fairly quiet, but you see both Kale and Willie, you see a herd of what looks like probably 8 to 12 large, they look like bulls. You can see them kind of like grazing and then moving along the hills all together. And you can see they're kind of metallic outside. These appear to be gorgons, a herd of them. Finnan also spots what looks like a building, fairly, probably a few hours into the fields, kind of a lone building.
I think Willie is gonna go for a quick commune with nature spell to just see like what exactly is around here. And seeing this stuff, it's kind of like maybe we should see if that whatever attacked that Tarask is still vaguely in the vicinity. Let's see. Actually, I may not need to do because this says 3 miles. Let me just make sure. It's either going to be this or it's going to be primeval awareness. Primeval awareness. Let me see, because that's a radius of 3 miles. How far is primeval awareness? I think primeval awareness is farther.
6 miles, I think.
Yeah. I think I'll use one spell slot, then a first level spell slot to learn whether or not there are any. Let's see, what is it? Fae, fiends. It's aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Okay. You do sense some lots of elementals, just kind of dotted throughout as it normally is. That's sort of the static of this plane. Elementals coming into existence and fading out, more so kind of farther down the river. But you don't sense any of that on the Gorgon fields. On the other side, with 6 miles, you don't sense any. You do sense some undead presence, but it's not a huge presence. That's about it.
Okay. Then I'll just say,
I think we should be a little wary of where we're going. This is clearly a very dangerous spot, and having been up here before, I can tell you it doesn't get any better.
Which side would you recommend, Willie? The side with the ruins or the side with the fields?
Based on my knowledge of this, DM, which side would I recommend? The side with the ruins or the side with the fields?
Make a history check.
Okay.
Vote ruins.
Okay, I'm gonna guidance myself. See if we can get anything good here. Okay, that's a 19.
19. Okay, so you know that the as far as the Gorgon fields, you know that there is it is the site of an ancient shrine, but it's not visited very often now because of the herd of Gorgons. It's generally it's gone into disuse basically, but you know that it is a site of a holy shrine. And as far as the ruins, you know that the story that goes along with this place, after now actually seeing it, it sort of jogs your memory of like there is sort of an old fairy tale essentially, or like a children's story about Garyx, and the like sort of perils of waking him up. That like the story goes that this ancient city in the Plane of Fire woke him up to save them from this Tarrasque, and in doing so, they were all destroyed. But it was sort of always kept in that kind of like realm of fairy tale. And you know that this ancient city, like in times like when you've only been by here once, and the sailors you were with wouldn't stay there because there are ghost stories around it, basically, that like, no, you don't go there because it's, at night it's haunted. But it looks quiet. There's no activity there. Yeah.
Okay. Then I would say,
Well, it's really a matter of picking your poison. If we go the Gorgon way, we'll have to contend with a massive herd of Gorgons. Nobody really comes this way because of them. They're pretty bad news. If you go the other way, it's notoriously haunted. You see that Tarrasque? The legend has it that it was Garyx himself that killed that Tarrasque, but also destroyed the city that once lived there last time he woke up. So it's haunted over there. Lots of undead, maybe. Lots of Gorgons in the other direction.
I am less afraid of undeath than I am of Gorgons.
Yeah, maybe I can talk to some of them.
Yeah, let's do the ruins. We get a little history, a little local color. Let's do it.
I am curious about it, Tarrasque. There is an old parable, I would say, or a story that carries across the Amonkhet, that it is created on the body of an ancient Tarrasque. It is why the peninsula itself looks like the jaw of a creature.
Oh, no kidding.
It is. It's fascinating. I remember when I was little, tracing the Amonkhet, and Hade chiding me slightly for doodling in my notebook. So I'm curious of the Tarrasque, if we could get close to it. But
To the Tarrasque!
is that all right with you, Kale and Kelly?
In one of the days leading up to this, I think Kale would offer the cloak to someone else. Just sort of explaining to the group that with his investiture of flame, he can do pretty much the same thing, and it might be more useful for someone else to have.
We give it to Finnan. Of this party, 2 people have spent a lot of time.
I already have cold resistance. I don't like being hot.
No, you fucking went swimming in lava
I don't think
times.
I don't think Adam needs another weird magical thing to factor into his already exceedingly complicated
No, I don't
character.
want it. It goes totally against my aesthetic.
Look, just for the trip, I want one of you lava-bound fiends to fucking have something.
I'll wear it.
Just
Yeah,
for,
fine. I'll wear it. Jeez.
Look, okay.
Okay.
It's like a seatbelt.
Yes, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to attune to it, but I'll wear it.
What's a seatbelt?
No, it's fucking.
No, I will. I'm just joking.
A seatbelt is the belt you use to hit your friends if they won't take the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
it's
you're
very
talking
common
to
in
them.
the Scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
Scar Theater is it has a lot more audience
Very
participation.
interactive.
Yeah. And so you use your
Nuanced. It's
seatbelts
nuanced
to
messages.
make sure that they sit down so that they can hear the soliloquies.
Oh,
It's
okay,
a
yeah.
beautiful part of the art. Yeah. I don't know. Someone attune to it. So if you fall in the
I will.
lava,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right. I guess we're going to the boneyard.
We're going to the boneyard.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Takes
Infernus.
Infernus.
the boat over to the ancient city, and you see kind of I will do that, Yanis, and then sorry, he sent me something in the chat, and I had to say that out loud. All right. So yeah, you see he kind of pulls it up onto the bank, and then again kind of hauls the boat out of the river, and you head into like the bank the lava comes right up into the edge of the city as it's kind of moved throughout time. There's been times when it's kind of pushed farther into the city, and you can see as you sort of head in a little ways to get away from the river, you can see it is somewhat, it's an uncomfortable place. As you kind of walk around, you can see just this place has been ravaged by fire. You can see there is what look like statues in some areas of folks kind of with their hands out.
Is it like petrification like I was?
But instead of being turned to stone, you can see it's hardened lava around them. You can see other places where there is just the outlines of folks, of ash. It is very quiet here.
When we find camp, I would put up an eyes to the grave for sure.
Okay.
Wherever that
Do you
is.
guys take a look around at all in the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
We take a little peek around as we're trying to find a good place to camp.
You can,
Yeah, Willie will do a survival just to check it out.
And I will investigate for traps.
With guidance for letters.
Oh, yeah.
And can Rupert help Willie with his investigate or with his survival?
Sure.
Yeah.
For a place to camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also just to see if there's anything particularly dangerous. Does this still count as my favorite terrain, or does it no longer?
I would say not this area. No.
Okay, so that's only a 25.
Should we find
16
like
for
a
traps?
16 for traps.
Should we find like an abandoned building or something to camp in for the night?
I think that'd be the way to go. Yeah.
Also, if there is an undead presence here, my worry is that in a building, you cannot see all the places. You may be above catacombs or something like that. The previous inhabitants may not be too happy that you are residing in that.
Can we sleep
area.
on the boat if it's out of the water?
No.
I think we
It's a
just
cool-
camp by the boat, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That way, if things get real bad and we got to make a hasty exit, maybe it'll chill out for at least a couple hours, and that helps us.
Let's take a peek around to kind of fortify our position, and then I would say somewhere near the shoreline, somewhere close.
Yeah, with a 25, what is the best spot to camp?
Best spot is just inside from the boat. The boat is fairly like kind of where you pulled off. Like the river has gone through the city, so you it does kind of come up right into the city itself. So you can stay relatively close to that. There is a square that's not far from the boat. It's probably about 300 feet from the boat. That is a little bit more open. Near where the boat is, there are a number of buildings and things like that. And you can see Infernus is sleeping under the boat as he usually does. But the square is the most kind of open spot as far as visibility goes.
If I had known, let me see. Yes, I do have this spell. That is some suckitude right there. So I can do. There's one of two things, and I'll run it by people. I got two options here, folks.
So I got two more of the heroes' feasts left before this is all over. So we could. My plan was for us to eat one of those, but I have another spell I could do. It's called Druid Grove. It would potentially keep us safe.
Essentially, Druid Grove can be as small as a 30-foot cube or as large as a 90-foot cube. Basically, I cast it, and the entire warded area, I'm warding the area, and I can specify creatures who are immune to the effects. But essentially, these are, I believe, all the effects automatically happen. There is solid fog. I can create thick fog, making them heavily obscured, fill any number of 5-foot squares on the ground. I can also fill any number of 5-foot squares on the ground with grasping undergrowth that are like weeds and vines, like the Entangle spell. And I can also animate up to 4 trees in the area. I don't know if there are any trees, but
There's no trees around here.
Okay. Well, is there anything that is close enough to be animated?
There's
some
Kale's
like,
back. It's animated.
the closest would be almost like there is some like almost like a tumbleweed type thing that does that there's a few kind of balls of this sort of tumbleweed.
Can we
that
have
have
awakened
collected.
tumbleweeds
Yeah, absolutely.
to show up? And then I can also choose whether to have spike growth in one location or wind wall in 2 locations.
Nice.
So Willie would say to the group,
Which would we prefer?
My sense is the hero's feast, but that's my preference.
Oh, I
Anyone
thought
vote for
the
the feast.
druid's grove sounded wonderful.
Yeah, having our own danger force sounds tight as hell.
Yeah,
Two
I
votes
like
for
the
grove.
I like the idea of an awakened tumbleweed.
Well,
I will just do whatever the group wants to do. I don't want to vote.
So
I'm
that's
too
one
young to
vote for
vote.
each.
I'm too young to vote.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm too young to vote, so I'm not going
No,
to.
Finnan, your voice matters here. We've been
we
over
honor
this.
your choice, Finnan.
No, it's not about that. I honestly, I'm having a
Hey,
hard
you've-
time choosing. So I didn't want to reveal that I sort of have some inner turmoil about it. They both sound like really great options, and I just can't choose. I'm indecisive today. Okay, I'm having an indecisive day.
You know, I haven't known you for very long, but you really don't seem like you're yourself right now.
Maybe I should go for a walk.
When was the last time you ate? Is your blood sugar all right?
It has been a while. My tummy has not been great ever since I ate that hot pepper, and I'm very hungry.
Well, could you grow some fruit trees for my man?
I could, yeah.
That'd
Actually,
be great.
Even a good berry
Just
or
use plant
something.
growth.
If the
I cast plant growth.
Oh my god.
You could grow your own plants that we then awaken.
You raise a good point.
What fucking bouncer trees do we want? Let's get some fucking thick ass oaks.
Jeez.
Just tree trunks for legs.
Oh my god.
The brick
Let me just-
shithouse equivalent of trees.
I'll throw out a bunch of seeds and then cast plant growth on them. Just create like a thicket.
if we think
Thicket
the grove is
plants.
the better option, then I can perhaps bolster us in another way for at
Amazing.
least part of our overnight with respect to that.
Is it worth giving it a shot?
Go for it.
I think if there's anything that was gonna earn the ire of a bunch of ghosts, it's growing a bunch of trees in their shit.
You can't grow a whole tree. It does take if you cast a spell over 8 hours, you enrich the land, or you can choose a point and all the plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. So
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
growing
I
a
threw out a
big,
bunch of seeds and then
yeah,
plant growth to them.
kind of thick and overgrown. But
yeah, fuck it, let's do it. We're doing plants.
Let's do
We got a
that.
druid with us. I mean, a ranger. We're doing plants today.
I'm both.
Oh my god.
I will
Oh,
cast
fuck.
Druid Grove.
All right,
Then.
sounds good.
And everyone else is immune, but I will set. Let me look at the spell Wind Wall really quickly because I think I might be able to
Yeah.
encircle us with a wind wall.
Fun.
Um,
While Willie is setting that up, I am gonna go. As we were walking through, Neppy would do some. I would probably use 2. I get 5 of those a day. So I would probably, and they stay up for an hour, I think. So I can sense undead. So I would be kind of, when I was walking through the city, I would try and figure out where the undead are.
Okay.
Willie had been talking about.
So use Eyes of the Grave, and that's what, 60 feet? I
It
think.
is indeed.
So as you walk through, you don't sense any.
Right. Curious.
Is there like a central entrance into the ruins coming from the boat?
No, because of the river has moved through the city, it's like part of the city has been just destroyed by the natural flow of the river. So
So
it's
there's not
almost
like
as
a-
if you're walking into like a city that's like you're walking into half of a city basically.
Okay.
You think of it like that. Do you go over by the Tarask at all?
Yeah, Neppy would.
Okay.
I'd go with Neppy if she's
Yeah.
gonna go by the Trask.
So
Neppy and Kale go for little walkies.
you head through and you can see like its body has crushed a huge section of this city, just rubble and like death and destruction. And you can see a number of skeletons kind of like around it and within its mouth and within its body. And you can see the like, it's hard to fathom the scope of this thing, as well as the bite marks that came upon it. You can see its entire neck from the kind of shoulder up into the jaw is just crushed. And there's this kind of gaping hole. And you can see similar, like from the entire pelvis has been crushed at the back. And it's awe-inspiring. And you can see around it there is just rubble everywhere. But you do not sense any undead.
We're gonna try and wake the thing that did this.
Garyx, yes, he is also the Titan who assaulted Manta on the day the Raven Queen was killed, or the attempt on her life was made. He is a formidable. They all are, but I think we have started to tread into territory where there is no bond between us and the Titans. Akadi has been on our side. Grumbar, very much so. When we spoke to Grumbar, he said to remind Garyx to right the balance.
And also to wake the right head, right? Or the correct head. One of them was important, right?
Yes. Neppy would remember. Tim, it was Grumbar reminded us to wake one of the heads over the other.
They would both wake up. I think Grumbar told
Okay.
you to wake one first.
Wake one first. And that was
Probably the gold head.
the gold head. Yes. Thank you for the reminding. Neppy would remember. Emma has 2 children. Doesn't remember much anymore.
So we have to wake the gold head first. Hopefully it's more rational.
I think what we need to be careful of is to avoid dichotomizing one head over the other. They share a body and thus consciousness. They will be both separate and together. It will be all grey. No black and white. All red and gold. So I don't know what quite plea we will offer to him other than the truth. Other than we need him. We must first wake him. But we need him. You look pensive. What troubles you?
No, I'm just thinking if he was in Manta when the Raven Queen fell,
Yes.
and is there a chance we can use his dislike of her and who she is now to our advantage? I don't know what the reason was for him going to Manta, but it's the same entity with a different name that he would now be opposing.
Indeed.
An unfinished.
The war between the Titans and the prime material gods was one spurred by the Chained Oblivion, by Thara's Doom. corrupted Estitia first, then Garyx. So the closer we go up with the Titans, the more ire that was given to them as part of their, not necessarily punishment, but what happened to them after the Dawn War. He was confined. He is confined to this plane. So for what we need done, we must ask him to give his energy, his essence, to the forging of this Dawn Prism, to help seal her away out of a plane that he has not had access to for over 2,000 years. Save this thing that you have been barred from accessing. Please.
But he would have to come back to it to be able to do that. Is that not correct? Do they not all need to?
Yes.
So maybe that's what we offer him, the ability to return. At least we can't promise it's forever, but it would at least be something.
We act as emissaries now. He may ask for things, for promises. I know what it's like to be cornered and have to answer on behalf of a greater people. It is an uncomfortable position. He will be awake for a long time. He, like the matron, he may not. He may ask for more than we can give. We can only offer the truth. I think our path going forward must be the truth.
But I think we should lead with offering the ability to return home and to return to his siblings. I mean, that's something he's been kept from for a long time. And they're obviously important to one another.
I don't know if there is love lost between Grumbar and Akadi and Garyx and Estitia. They are diametric opposites, fire and water, air and earth. Akadi only went to war because her brother did. She was begged by Erethis not to go, but she went. Grumbar went to support his other siblings, corrupted in essence too.
But all that says to me is that there is some sense of loyalty or sense of... I think that's the only thing we can appeal to.
I agree. I would kind of... looking at Kale's armor and his hair, flame red. I think you should do the talking. I can appeal on a religious, and there are conversations I can have about piety. But you are wreathed in flame more often than almost any person I have ever seen.
It does feel as though it was meant to be.
Part of your story laying out before you.
Appealing to someone who was banished from their home, who only wants to return, is definitely something I can identify with. My only hesitance is I never want to, I don't want to just use these beings. I don't want to just give them promises and not get anything in return, them to get anything in return.
I'd poke his breastplate right over where his heart is. And you speak from here. Not from here. Because when you speak from your heart, the truth comes out. Because it cannot. Your head will get in the way every time. I have learned that. I have learned to let my heart through.
Do you want to take any of this? The bone, or?
It is not mine to take.
I mean, I don't think anyone else is going to care, but...
One day, Kale, when you come to Philenis, I will take you to the grove. I will take you to our grove, the Astari. You cannot walk in it. It is not for you to walk in, but you do not disturb the dead which sleep. You let them lie. You let them be at peace in their death. I need nothing from this Teresk other than to awe in it, in its death. And what a glorious, awesome, and terrible, terrible sight. And I suppose we would make our way back.
All right. Letters with your 16 for traps. You don't find any traps, but
Nice. Oh,
you do notice a few things in your kind of investigation for them. You notice there is a kind of graffiti that is very present in the city. You can see it on a number of places that's been carved into the stone. And it looks like primordial, but almost like a very proto version of it. But from what you can make out, it looks like it says, "Free the Titan. Free the Titan. Wake the dragon. Wake the dragon. Only he can save us." And that, like, variations on those lines can be found pretty much everywhere.
I relay that to everybody.
And you do see there are a number of buildings, including one that looks kind of like a temple, that could warrant further investigation if you wanted to.
I likewise convey that. Funky Temple,
Temple.
some sort of populist movement towards waking the dragon, which suggests to me someone at the tippy top did not want to wake the dragon.
Interesting.
The mystery abounds.
You know, I love a temple.
Probably
Just gonna
worth
go in a
investigating.
temple. I mean, look, if we were afraid to deal with ghosts, going into their temple would probably be the exact place we'd go to piss them off. Or we can hang out in our booby-trapped spooky forest. Those are kind of our two options right now.
I am of the mind that the more information that we come to Garyx with, the better.
Oh, that's a good call.
We are running into these last 3 titans blind, absolutely blind. I have a vague idea of where we may find a place to potentially start trekking Istishia. We are completely in the dark about her.
So
Here, we can have something in hand to go see him.
I have a suggestion.
Of course.
If we're worried about going in there, maybe upsetting them, I could make us a little reconnaissance buddy. Somebody go in there for us, see exactly what's up.
I don't mind walking in myself.
You sure?
I'm not afraid of the dead.
yeah, we all go in together. We have a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all
right.
want to go into an ancient temple?
Always.
Okay, I'll
You
focus on
head
ghosts.
over to the temple, and you kind of push. You can see the doors have been kind of barricaded, but even with those barricades and reinforcement, it has been broken in. just from the sheer, you can see it's kind of burned out.
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself before I go
as you
inside.
sort of push your way in, you can see that there are hundreds of folks kind of crammed in here. And you can see that it seems as if they have been petrified in stone in a similar way, kind of all together. And you can see at the far end there is an altar to Garyx that is ashen black. But you can see the kind of two familiar heads, the same that you saw outside of the King's Alluvium.
Do I need to do a new trap roll?
You can make an investigation
Okay.
check.
We love
With
that.
guidance.
We love
Yeah,
that.
I'll roll survival, I guess, to try and see if I see any signs of life or any evidence.
Oh,
if I
that's
can track
much
what
better.
was
I'm gonna
happening.
use Eyes at the Grave as I'm in here too. My third try of the day.
27 on investigate.
A 21 on survival.
Okay. So with your 21, you kind of look around, and it doesn't seem like anyone has been in this place for a very, very long time. Doesn't seem to be anything. Everything has kind of a fine layer of ash on top of it. The letters with your investigation check, you don't find any traps, but you do see at the foot of the altar there is a large pile of gold. And you can see it's difficult to see under all of the ash, but you can see kind of glints. And there looks to be some other relics and treasures kind of piled up underneath that. And Neppy, as your eyes kind of move to the eyes of the grave, you see coming up from below, behind where the shrine is, you see a number of figures start to walk forward as you all see dozens of kind of orangish, ghostly like figures walking towards you. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Okay, great. I love a ghost.
This is too spoopy
goof.
for me.
Too spoop. Much spoop. Very crap. Wow. We will be back in a tight 10. Please grab yourself some spider milk. Grab yourself some snack. Put on your jorts and join us back in 10 minutes. We will see you soon. Bye.
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 See you soon.
Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yes, big pot of marsupial. We're live.
Thank you, Cody. Tim, take it away.
You got me.
So, as you are watching, you watch this
ghosts.
like stream of figures start pouring
Icky
out
ghosts.
up from below and then up through past the shrine, and they are walking towards you. What do you all do?
Do they look like zombies? Do they look like skeletons? Do they look like ghosts? What are we looking at?
They look like ghosts. You can see they are. They look. Make a perception check.
You know, a girl loves to make a perception check. That's going to be a 23.
23. They look like there's a mix of races. Some of them look dragonborn, some of them look like lizard folk, some of them look more humanoid, like you assume Genasi. And they look like common folk. But they are walking straight towards you, but they are all looking past you. Do any of you look them in the eye? Any of them?
I would. Probably not knowing to not do that.
I don't know if I would.
Willie's,
I don't know
Willie's
if
trying
I
to roll
would.
insight, so he'd probably look him in the eyes.
Can I roll and see if I would just by rolling a d20?
Absolutely.
Neppy would likely be trying to discern their intent, because like my first instinct is to, just as a grave cleric, just be like, let's nuke them with turn undead or destroy undead. But also like if these are people trying to seek release, then Neppy would try and help them do that. But if that involves me looking them in the eye, then I guess I do that.
Before whatever happens when we look them in the eye, if they're walking towards us, Letter's like, I assume that they're trying to get to the thing behind me, and it's just gonna move over to the side of the temple to make way for the ghosts.
There are enough of them that likely they are going to pass kind of through you.
Ooh, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to
I
it.
said to myself, if I rolled an even, I wouldn't, and if I rolled an uneven, I would, and I rolled a 9.
Okay, so you look at them in the eyes. So everyone who looked them in the eyes, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
With Tally's +4?
Hells.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That'll
Willie-
help because
Willie-
Willie has a -2.
You can also make your insight check too, Willie.
Oh, great. I'll make that
Before
first.
Yeah.
I'll make that first. Well, I rolled a natural 5, so that's only a 10.
Yeah, this is sort of alarming. You're having a hard time figuring out what they want.
All right.
19.
19? Okay, that's a success.
That is, we get a
Okay,
+4.
7?
Yeah.
No, 25.
25. I was like 7. You're a
I got- I got a 30.
Okay.
23.
All right.
A 21. It's a Christmas miracle.
All right. So you all manage to, as you kind of look at them, you do notice a few of them kind of snap their heads and look you in the eyes, and you feel this kind of heat behind your eyes as you just instinctively kind of look down. As you feel them all kind of walk closer to you, they are starting to pass through all of you.
Yeah, Willie's walking out of the.
Before they gotta walk through.
I'm ahead.
No,
Yeah,
Neppy's
once
gonna
it gets
stay.
to that point.
Neppy's staying.
I'm gonna stand outside of this place.
As we know, if Neppy stays somewhere, so does Callie, so.
Okay. So as you are standing there, you feel them move through you, and there is an intense heat as they walk through you. And you take, no, that's a 9. Oh, no, it's a 6. 13 points of fire damage.
It's halved for me.
Mm-hmm. As you
Ouch.
feel there, as they just walk right
I'll
through
double
you.
half it.
And you watch as they, Willie, as you kind of scramble backwards out, they kind of disperse out into the city. It almost looks as if they are going about their day. As you watch them kind of disperse out into the city, moving as if it were a regular day in this city.
That's weird.
Can I roll some kind of check to see if I can maybe guess? Like, me personally, I guess Willie would probably think that this has something to do. This lends credence to the legend that if these people were in some way destroyed by Garyx, the idea that he left literal fire ghosts of them that still exist here. Is there, like, I don't know if that would be a religion check or what that would need to be. But I would like to, if possible, roll some kind of a check to just be like, can I maybe see further and even surmise like, is this associated with the power of Garyx?
If you're doing insight
roll a
or
religion check.
religion, Neppy would be. I mean, we're not together. Willie's gone outside. But if following the ghost, Neppy would go outside and seeing what Willie's trying to see as also a religious figure. I will give you either the help action or I can roll my own religion check as well.
Oh, cool.
I have proficiency in religion, so.
Yeah, she can help you with this.
Oh, cool. Well, I only have a +5 to religion. I'm guessing
I
yours
have
is higher.
Oh yes.
Yeah, why don't you? I'll give you the help action then. I'll let you roll the advantage because I'm proficient with it too.
Okay. Yeah, mine's a +10. That is going to be a religion +10 with advantage. That is going to be a 28.
28. So you watch as the ghosts go through and interact with the city as if it were a regular day. You see them move into buildings. They don't have any objects with them, but you see them moving as if they do, moving carts and exchanging goods and things like that. And you just watch them. And as you watch them and kind of look, do you make eye contact with any of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll need you to make another charisma saving throw for me.
I would have followed Neppy out, so +4.
14.
14. Okay. So as you're kind of putting this thing, like piecing this together as you're watching these things, almost as if their spirits were captured by this fire.
Yeah.
And locked here in place.
That their bodies were separated so quickly that their spirits stayed behind. Neppy would be like, that would be exactly where my thoughts would go. Like.
And as you were thinking of that, you look to one of them and you feel this intense heat. And then it goes dark. And you watch the rest of you as Neppy kind of jerks back and looks around. And Neppy begins to speak primordial.
Oh shit, she switched.
What? He's got... Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Hey,
Where is it?
what are you looking for?
Beast. It's coming.
The big Tarrasque, the big lizard?
Yes.
I got
we have to wake the Titan.
I got the good news for you. It's already been eaten.
And you see as Neppy looks over and just tears stream down as she kind of stops for a second and looks at the mass of destruction. Why? We only wanted his help.
We're not too sure. Who did the waking?
We did.
How?
There was one of us. A great champion. Traveled to where Garyx slumbered. In the mountains. We believed he would save us. Beast was unrelenting. There was only fire. And you watch as she falls to her knees.
Are you guys translating
would-
this? Because I don't speak primordial.
Yeah.
What would ask what the name of the champion?
I relay that. I'll just be a little translator machine here.
His name was Ketho.
What do you
I
look
know-
like?
I know I'm not speaking to Neppy. Like, I know this isn't Neppy's voice, but Callie would fall to her knees with them and just kneel there with them and reach out a hand if they take it.
What do you look like?
He was a great dragon of bronze skin. Great fearsome warrior.
Do you remember what happened before the fire?
We were pleading with our leaders to send Ketho. He volunteered to go.
Why didn't they want him to go?
They didn't want to rouse the Titan. They didn't believe our cause was worthy, that we were worth saving.
Why not?
Did they?
I don't know. None of us knew.
Did they fear retribution if the cause wasn't worthy?
Yes. Did not know what would happen. None of us did.
Where in town do your leaders live?
And she points to the temple.
Like right where we came from?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Willie just walks back in, just like very brusquely.
Yeah, I'm guessing, team, we've got like a secret entrance or something that we got to get in there. I think if we're looking for answers, we're gonna want to.
How do we get the ghost out of Nippy?
You're kind of in our friend there, friend.
What? And you watch as she kind of like looks down, and she starts to scream.
Christ.
I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
Okay.
She starts to run.
Oh no.
I'm right in front of her. She's kneeling down in front of me. I'm gonna hold on to her.
Okay, you can make an athletics check. And if could you make an athletics check?
I'm so glad this isn't the other way around.
Yeah, no kidding. I've been in this position when it's been the other way around.
It hasn't gone well.
No. Athletics is going to be a 13.
26.
Yeah, so you just like instantly grab her as she kind of struggles against you. Please.
I can't understand her.
She's not stoked to be a ghost again, but that is tough. Dispel magic. I try it at 3rd level. Does that kick this ghost out of my friend?
It does not.
Ah, beans.
Can I just need to borrow about 100 gold's worth of diamond dust and see if we can do a greater restoration. I'm not sure if it'll work.
Yeah, all right.
but-
I filter through Neppy's pockets and find the diamond dust among the various skulls and shit that she keeps on her person. I don't know.
Yeah, and I will cast.
Before
it's
we
easier.
cast it,
Yes.
can someone translate for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
If it's easier, I could just cast protection from evil and good.
I'm
Oh,
gonna.
there's no more.
I'm assuming I'm holding her, and I'm gonna take her in, like, I guess the hold that I have, and I'm just gonna like put my hands on her shoulders, still holding her there, because I'm not gonna let her run away with Neppy's body. Like, that's the last thing I'm gonna let happen. And I'm just gonna look at her and be like, I'll try and can't promise anything, but I'll try my best to fix it, so you're not trapped like this. Give my word. I'm just gonna like look at her in the eyes and like nod.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I give her advantage because I'm conveying it and I'm
In a beautiful Quebecois.
she gives you her word and she.
Do you
I
have
tell
proficiency in
You bet I
persuasion?
do. I've
Sure. Yeah.
convinced a lot of folk.
That is
Not naturally charismatic, just a lot of hard work.
26.
26. Okay. You feel her body relax somewhat, but she is still on edge.
Oh.
Yo, Willie, if you've got
Yeah.
an anti-ghost spell, absolutely.
Yeah, and just make her leave.
That sounds great.
Okay, Willie's gonna come over and say,
Real quick, sounds like where you are isn't very happy. Would you say that's the case? Said you don't want to go back.
Can't hear you, Tim.
Oh, can you hear me now? She
Yeah.
goes, no.
Yep.
No, every day is the same.
Hmm.
Whoa, hold up before we do anything. Let's get some information about this last day. That sounds really. So,
Tell us everything that happens.
The beast was held at bay. We all tried to go about our business as best we could. Then the beast broke through. And the sky went dark. And Garyx arrived. And then there was only fire.
What did he look like? The Fire Lord. What did he look like?
He enveloped the whole sky. Body of red and gold. And only fire.
Do we have any more questions? It sounds pretty straightforward.
yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Look here, Missy. I hate to do this. Hopefully we can find some way of helping you and your folks out. But the fact is, I've been hired to protect these people, and you're currently possessing one of them. So if you're not going to leave willingly, I will be forced to remove you.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, I gathered that. Unfortunately, I don't think she wants you to stay.
I'm gonna put my hands on her face. I'm gonna hold her face. Hoping that someone's gonna translate for me. And I'm gonna I'm gonna give her 5 points of lay on hands. While I'm talking to her. I've everyone that was very important to me before the people that are standing before you. were in a situation very similar to you. And now they rest in the most beautiful place. And they're at ease. It is my wish that I will be able to give that to you, but you have to get out of her body, because to do that, I need the person who is in your body, whose body you're in right now. I need her to fix this for you.
You're just kind of like, even though you're holding her face, which you feel is burning hot right now, she's just shaking her head. You can see the terror in her eyes. It seems like she is in such a place of terror. It's hard to reason with her.
Would I know if cleansing touch, you can use your action to end one spell on yourself or one willing creature? Do I know if that would work?
No, because she is not a willing creature.
Willie will look at Callie to kind of be like, holding up his staff, just like, should I go ahead?
Yeah, and I'm gonna hug her. I'm just gonna give her a hug. I'm gonna hug her, Will.
Willie's gonna lightly tap her on the head, just a tiny conk, just a little, and cast protection from evil and good, which means that she now has advantage on any saving throws. Again, she's already possessed, so she has advantage on any saving throws against that effect. And once this being is out, she can no longer be possessed.
Nice. So there is no saving throw. Now that she's failed, there's no re-saving throw.
Okay. Does this do... I don't know, it's supposed to prevent... Like, is there something that I could do?
You can make an Arcana check. You can make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
Casually needing an exorcism. It's fine.
I'm pretty good at Arcana. Can I help him out in this and like try to? Because I did my spell, it didn't quite work. He did his spell, and we just put our heads together.
Yeah. I'll let you roll, my man.
Do you want me to? I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wait, let me see. Let me think about this real quick. Oh, I think real hard with a double. 28 Arcana.
28. Yeah. You realize that the spell that you need lies between what you've both done. It is not as simple as dispelling the magic, because it's not necessarily a magical
curse.
It's dispelling evil and good.
Oh shit. No, Kale, hang on. I think this ironically, I think this would be a Neppy spell.
The irony is not lost on me. Of course, it's a Neppy spell.
Well, we could punch her a bunch.
If we kill her, I can just bring her back in a new body.
You'll remember she asked you not to reincarnate her.
He thinks about it, he says,
And
if we kill her, I can just bring her back in this body.
Neppy, you have full awareness of what is happening. You are powerless to do anything about it.
Totally okay. Inside Neppy there's a sense of hope. I can't tell you what Neppy wants you to do because you wouldn't know, but I'll tell you feelings. There's hope. There's peace, calmness, a touch of fear, longing, and resolve.
Tim, would this count as a curse?
I don't believe so. But let me double check.
Letters, while you figure that out, Letters is going to start the process of casting telepathic bond to see if we can get some non-verbal communication between us and she's not a willing creature. Oh, fuck.
Well, is Neppy still in there? Because he's not casting it on the ghost. He's casting.
Well, I'd be casting it on the creature. Like I'm not aware of Neppy, so all right, I'm gonna talk to the excuse me. What is your name?
My name is Flora.
Flora. My name is Letter. Is Blackwater. We are Blackwater. We help people like you. Would you be willing to help me help your people so you don't have to keep living this day?
You can do that?
Oh yeah, we do it all the time.
How?
Well, we are going to head into that temple and see what made Garyx so angry, if it was in fact Garyx who did this. Explore a little bit, ask the right questions, and then when we know what we know, we make it right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna cast this spell. All you have to do is just be open to it. Just stay nice and calm like that, and we'll get on our way. And I'm gonna start to do the 11-minute process to ritually cast the brain thing if she's still down.
All right.
Telepathic bond.
Between yourself and Callie and Willie, what's happened? She's allowing this to happen.
Not a curse then.
Hmm?
Not a curse then.
Not a curse.
Once the bond is established, pipe into Neppy's body, be like, hello, hello, hello. Is it just Flora in there, or? Now, we don't actually need language to communicate, so I don't have to do it in the accent anymore, although I do like that bit.
And you do hear her voice. You hear Flora.
Hey, Flora, is it just you in there?
No. Your friend is here.
Can you put her on the line?
Why?
Well, she's the best person with when dealing with unsettled spirits such as yourself, and we're gonna need her expertise to get you in a better place and not go back to that bad day.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy.
I'll say it's an advantage because you have.
Are we all part of the telepathic?
Yep,
thing?
we can all be part of this call. Avantage. Okay, 13 plus 6.
Group calling is very expensive,
19.
What do you want to say to her? I'll pass it on.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be like that. Hey, Neppy. How are you doing? We're gonna head into that temple and try to get to the bottom of it. If you've got any ideas or insights, we'd love to know. How's that sound, everybody?
Callie at this point would just be kneeling in front of Neppy or crying. Like Callie's just crying at this point. Like she doesn't have much to add. Like she tried, but now she's just crying.
Flora, nice to meet you. I have a quick question for you.
What is it?
Can you leave if you wanted to? And I'm just simply asking. I mean, if you're trapped in there just as much as, but can you leave?
I could leave.
Okay, but all right. Let me explain something to you. There's a bunch of us in this group that all have different skills and abilities. The ones you've left behind were good at hitting things and protecting people. The one that you're currently in is the one we need to fix this. Now, I understand you don't want to go back. I get that. So come over into me, and then Neppy can help you by being the person that she is with this. But we are not going to be able to figure this out with you and her. I'm not going to make you go back, but I'm going to give you a place to go.
Make a persuasion check.
We love this. This is cool as hell.
But this is just like back in the money hole when Magrin was in Kokonie's body.
We got to get that magic jar back.
Magic, that's a young thing.
That's a 19.
She goes, okay, fine. And so you kind of open yourself up and you feel her consciousness kind of move into yours, and you feel that intense heat kind of overwhelm you as you all watch kind of Neppy sort of stumble back, and you watch Kale kind of, his posture kind of shifts.
I would still be holding on to Neppy.
It's me. It's me. It's me. I could hear the whole time. Thank you for not dispelling her or kicking her out. Thank you.
I mean, we did try, but
I know. I saw that. And I cast tongues on myself. For when the telepathic bond wears off.
Oh, we've got an hour. We're laughing.
We've got an hour. All right.
We've got an hour.
I'd go over to her. Flora. My name is Nepentha. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
None of us are angry. Nobody here is angry. I need you to know that. Willie's a little miffed, but the rest of us, and I am not angry. You are a welcome guest. We want to help. And they are right. I am the one person who can help here. We are going to need you to take us to where potentially your leaders were, or if there is a source somewhere that you will emanate from when you start your day. I need to see this place.
Okay.
Thank you.
So as she takes you back into the temple and past the shrine, which you can see is piled high, you can see there's a number of other kind of trinkets and things like that as you walk past. And you can see there is a stairwell down that has kind of almost like a cellar door would be, but much more ceremonial, into a kind of a lower chamber. And you can see there's a number of folks that have piled on top of this.
Flora, is there a reason that these bodies are piled here on top? These people?
We were trying to get to them.
What prevented you? Time?
They barred the door.
Do you know if there is any magical essence or something blocking the door other than a physical constraint?
I don't know.
You're doing wonderfully. You're doing wonderfully.
I don't know.
I cast knock on the door. And
Willie
I
also throw in a detect magic as a backup.
There is magic.
What type? Is it evocation?
Let me just double
The
check.
snicker. Also, thank you very much for the gift subs. Coin the term.
Whoa,
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to all the new viewers who are in tonight. So happy to have you all here. Thank you so much.
I love that Letters has unlocked the door just as Willie's like, all right, let's see if there's anything. Oh,
Yeah, that's how things go.
It is evocation, yes.
Oh boy, I'm gonna pop a dispel magic on that third level
Alright.
and see how we do.
You will have to make a dispel check.
Oh boy.
Please.
14? No, 15. 15
is not enough.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So as you go to open the door,
Oh, no one said anything about open. We've cast knock, we've detected on it, we've tried to dispel it. We know there's powerful evocation magic, and I say, oh boy, that's not great. I could take another shot at this, but I only get so many per day. But
Do we
that's
want to try and figure out what it is exactly before trying anything else?
yeah. Can I look for runes? Or
you would have to clear the bodies away.
Oh fuck! Look, man.
You're gonna have to clear the bodies away regardless
Let
if
me,
you want to go down
please.
there.
Please let me clear the bodies. I'm happy to. I will not open the door. Let me clear the bodies.
All right, I would stand way at the fucking back of the room.
Not help Nippy.
Let me
I'm
know if you
gonna
want
cast-
things dispelled.
I am going to cast Death Ward is still cast on me.
Mhm.
I am going to cast Death Ward on Callie as I'm here. And I am going to give myself resistance. Or if as we start very, very reverently moving these bodies.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow Neppy's lead.
Plaque
'Cause I don't know what I'm doing.
You just hear Neppy that there is just like, you don't understand Infernal, do you?
No.
There is just like constant prayer. Like there is just, it's like in a very
It
low
is
voice.
difficult. Some of them are partially stone and things like that, so it takes
Yeah.
you quite a bit of time and
That's fine.
to kind of move these. Some of them sort of fused, kind of move them out of the way. But you do see the doors kind of down into the lower chamber. You can see the two heads of Garyx depicted on them, but there are no runes on the outside of the door. It seems like the whatever evocation magic is probably cast on the inside of the door.
No, it's an attack roll or saving throw.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
might
go
be
for
able
it.
To let me make sure. Okay. So, I have an ability called Wild Companion. I can use expend a wild shape and summon a familiar. Basically cast Find Familiar. The range on Find Familiar is 10 feet. So I would like to summon a familiar on the other side of the door.
Okay.
Bang.
Does it have to be a place you can see?
I was just looking at the spell. I don't see that on there. It just says an unoccupied space within range.
Yeah. Then yeah, no, it specifies if it's sight. So yeah.
Okay, so Willie will crack his knuckles and then crack everything, and then stamp a little bit and then be like,
Hey, come on. Get in there. Get out of here.
And there'll be like flames that are little embers that flow off him underneath or through any crack in the door, and then
just
just
a center crack.
Yeah, just appear on the other side as a little flame. We'll say a very crotchety and cantankerous flaming pixie on the other side of the wall.
What do you want? All right. And what would you like the familiar to do?
Well, I'd like to see through its eyes.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'd like to look around this room.
Okay, so you are in a stairwell that goes down. Do you look at the door?
Yeah,
The
I'll look
hatch?
at this deal with the door, see if I can see.
You can see runes in what looks like, I mean, it's kind of brownish now, but you assume probably blood on the inside of the door, magical runes. You can make an Arcana check to see if you can figure out what they are.
If I describe them, could letters roll kind of check to see what they are?
You could, yes, it will take. There will be a check to see how well you can. It'll still be an Arcana check to see how well you can describe these magical runes, because you're not, as a druid, you're not always, dealing in a broad range of magical runes, but you do know you are familiar with them. So
okay, I will cast guidance on myself. I'll cast guidance on myself, and then use I guess make an Arcana check. And I also have my familiar give me advantage.
Okay, great.
Give me the help action. So let's see what happens. Well, sadly I rolled trash, so that is a 13.
The 13. You can tell it's a powerful spell of some kind. But you're having a hard time pinning down exactly what it is. You're not sure. You're not totally sure. You can tell it is some kind of powerful evocation spell.
Okay. I would, I guess, relay that to everybody else, and then say,
Should I go ahead and explore more of that spot?
Letters, if you are worried about dispelling the magic with how much magic you have available, I too can dispel magic. I'm happy to try if you like it. Something a bit more powerful than what you
Oh no, I
started.
love dispelling magic. I It's delicious. I love dispelling magic. It's one of my favorite things. But yeah, Willie, have a look around. You know, we can always dispel it later, but as long as you've got a little cantankerous fairy in there, yeah, see what's on.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna call him. What will I call this little guy? I'll call him Wiglet.
All right, Wiglet, get down there. Yeah,
Right.
see what's up.
So you watch as the pixie descends probably about 20 feet into a partially collapsed chamber below. You can see there are skeletons, 3 of them. You can see they have been somewhat preserved in this spot. There's no flesh, but you can see there are remnants of what look like robes, very fine finery. You can see jewelry and things like that around their neck and on their fingers. And they are all kind of curled around what you see as a large, it almost looks like a cauldron of sorts, with a fire burning in the center.
I'll relay all of that. The 3 skelly men, the fact that they're covered in robes that are very old. They got all this finery and cauldron and everything else.
As your familiar gets closer to it, you watch as the flames kind of grow and lash out. And it's going to make an attack on your familiar.
Not a high AC.
Yeah, that's a. I rolled poorly, but it's still 17.
Yeah, I don't think any familiar can handle that.
Yeah, and that's 17 points of bludgeoning damage and 18 points of fire damage.
So it did.
And your eyes kind of sting with the heat.
So yeah, that cauldron down there's got some kind of spell that's still active. If we get too close, it'll attack us.
Flora, do you remember that cauldron? A source of power?
No.
Do you think that would have your people? Who were these 3 people gathered downstairs?
They were the city elders. The high priests.
High priests?
Yes.
Of Garyx?
Yes.
Ah. Were they hoarding something?
I don't know.
Something that would have brought...
I don't know why they didn't want to help us.
We have to go through that door.
Did I get in there?
We have to get in there.
All right, we're gonna try a 7th level dispel magic, Tim.
I need you to make a dispel magic check for me, please.
Whoa! Dang
Absolutely hate to
it!
see it.
Come on, Sean.
Also, canonically, in our games, you only have a few attempts at dispel magic before the attempts to dispel it will set it off.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally my best attempt because I used my 8th level on Callie every morning because I'm a man of my word. Here we go, Big River. Let's go. Come on. Fucking duck. That's 13.
Damn.
That is not enough. And you
It's
watch
14, actually. It's a 14.
The door, that's not enough. You watch the door starts to shiver and shake. And you watch as this beam of light cuts across the center as the whole thing bursts open with this bright sunburst that fills the room and pours out of the whole temple. And you feel this radiant heat. And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh,
Timothy.
Tim.
Timothy.
Oh, I tried so hard.
You did, and we fell so far. And
And in the end,
it matters. It matters.
I
It
was
always
just-
matters.
I was
Doesn't
just about
even.
to suggest us coming back when I have meld into stone prepared and can just go through the wall. And it's like, well,
No,
This works
meld
too.
into stone, you have to come back where you left. I love meld into stone, but you can only go boop, boop. You can't.
Oh, you
swim
can't go
through
through?
it. I know, it's
Yeah,
sad.
That's there's another spell that
That's
does that, I
depressing.
think. It's
Yeah.
You want like
Earth Glide.
porthole or something.
Earth Glide, I think. Does it.
Earth glide.
I think that's a
Wow.
spell, right?
That might.
damn. I just want to say a big thank you to all of the wonderful new folks who are hanging out in the chat tonight. A lot of you new people saying that this is the first time that you're here and now you're hooked. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Our entire anthology is on YouTube. Please go over and check that out, and please come back next Saturday. Thank you so much for loving this game as much as we do. We have so much awesome content coming to you this week. We are back tomorrow. Letters, Chad is also saying that you have the biggest brain. Letters has a big brain.
I mean, yeah.
Letters is a big brain wizard, and we love that.
I don't think I did anything particularly smart this time around.
Good thinking, and it's your birthday. Take the compliment.
Got a big brain for French accents, baby.
So we are back tomorrow on Kobold Press's channel, twitch.tv/Kobold Press, for our Margrave partnership campaign called The Rotting Heart. It is an absolute treat. You get to see me wear a full scleral contact and try not to get all blinky with it in there. It's great. And we are back on Wednesday with myself in the GM seat, playing the Weird West with Sean and Adam, who's not here, and Cody, as well as our two dear friends, Becca and Eric. And then we are back next. Then we're on there on Thursday. We're over on a Filthy Lots channel. Tim and I will be there chatting all things Blackwater. It's a busy week. Holy bananas. And then, of course, we are back next Saturday. Jeremy, it has been such a treat continually being able to play with you. And I am so grateful that we get a couple more sessions with you. It's my favorite. So we are going to go raid someone. So we're going to take you to an outro screen, and we will go head on over to some folks. We will find, can someone find let's find a good D&D stream. Who's still streaming right now?
You know what's wild?
What's wild?
When we stream next week Saturday.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the first one where I'm streaming as a dad, because we are on heavy baby watch.
We're on baby watch. Yes.
Baby watch 2022.
Baby, dude.
Baby watch 2022.
Well, let's hope it's not a heavy
so
baby.
Exciting. It's very, very exciting.
Hoping for a light baby.
Light baby.
Do you want to
light baby?
Do you want to take a couple weeks off because you have a kid or something?
Nah, it'll be good.
Okay.
I only stream once a week. I'm not like you crazies who stream multiple times a week.
Also, please everyone shout the biggest congratulations to Yanis for almost being a dad.
Almost.
We got 2 birthdays this week.
If by next Saturday she's not here yet, there's gonna be trouble. I'm telling you, there's gonna be trouble.
Also something very, very cool. Not anywhere near as cool as a baby, but like a little bit cool. Next Thursday is our 2-year stream anniversary. So we will have been streaming for 2 years as Blackwater. 2 years where I get to play D&D with my bestest friends. It's the bestest ever. So yeah, we'll be over on a Filthy Lot talking about fucking 2 years of awesomeness. We're gonna go raid this channel called the Lord Baron. Is the plus is there, or is it just the Lord Baron, Len?
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
The plus is not in there. I don't know how that got in there.
Awesome. We're gonna go raid them. But we are so thankful to all of you. Thank you all so much. So please hang out in the outro screen as we go on and over to raid. But when your friend gets possessed and you are really, really desperate to get them back, make sure you prepare ahead of time for that so you can be safe. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow.